Today's video is going to be about one of our favorite bikes. A monkey. So I realized the other day I haven't even rode this bike in a video yet. Although, this is probably the bike that I ride the most, ironically. I ride it to work most days. One obvious reason, it gets 100 miles to the gallon. And we all know how expensive gas is. It is a beautiful day in Philadelphia today. So why the monkey? Well, for one, it's just the super most cool looking bike ever. But I have other reasons too. Here's a great reason why I love the monkey. I can squeeze anywhere. I don't know if I would have tried that on my Shadow. Probably would have just accepted my place in line. But I'll show you my real favorite reason to ride this bike so often. One, you can use regular gas. Nice low compression ratio on this bike. Doesn't require much at all. Two, I have a half a tank in here right now. Let's see how much it'll take before it's completely full. Just over a half a gallon, $2.60. In today's economy, can't beat that. Alright, let's keep riding. And just for a frame of reference, I work about 2 miles away from my house. Let's say that's a 4-mile round trip. 5 miles if I want to make it a little more fun. I'll probably fill this thing up once a month for about that much money. Another beautiful thing about this bike, listen to how quiet it is. No neighbor could get mad at that. One con though, I cannot pull out in front of traffic because I am far too slow. Better wait. Up to a whopping 53 miles per hour there. I'm about 6 foot tall, not very heavy at all, I'm skinny, but I act like a giant parasail on this thing. This is actually my girlfriend's bike. She got it up to about 61, 62 last week. She came home very proud to tell me how fast she got it to go. pros and cons of this bike. Honestly, the only con in my opinion is the one that's super obvious. It's got a really tiny engine. But because of that, there's so many pros. 125 miles to the gallon. Literally has a 1 gallon gas tank. It's got these beefy little tires. Honestly, if I had more trails in Philadelphia, I'm sure I would see how much off-roading I could get out of this. Having a dirt bike background, I could just see this being a super fun bike off-road. Slow, not getting up many hills, but everything in between would be a blast. My favorite part? The seat. So it has a decent suspension, honestly. I've read reviews, people think it's overly soft. But when you're in Philadelphia, hitting potholes every 5 feet, that's about as good as it gets. What's another thing that I love about this bike? Well, you can ride this thing full throttle everywhere you go. It does not mind. It actually is the only way to ride it, honestly. It doesn't go anywhere if you don't give it full throttle. And it's never mad about it. It's got pretty great gearing. It honestly shifts through first, second, and third at the same rate as my Shadow does. Let's hear how quiet this thing is on startup. I mean, it can't get much quieter. Little thumper, just thumping away. Single cylinder 125. I will say one thing about this bike. It rattles. Every bit of it rattles. It's not going to rattle you to death though, because it's just far too small. My buddy has a Harley, that will rattle you to death. This guy is just going to vibrate a little bit. Look at this maneuver. Brings me to my next point. This bike is so maneuverable. Should we do the 0 to 60 test? Oh wait, it won't go 0 to 60. Let's go to 0 to 50 test. Alright, new record. I just hit 59. Must have had the wind on my back or something, because that was the fastest I think I've ever got this thing to go. Can't wait to get home and tell my girlfriend. Getting closer to her record. Cobblestone. This is where the monkey excels. You can explore all these cute little side streets. I love Old City. Just ripping up that cobblestone. sir. The birthplace of our nation. Independent small. And the Liberty Builder. Who cares about that? Except for all these people. I could do that on another motorcycle. These little rows of neighborhood homes are the cutest. I love cutting through these little side streets. Oh, the cherry blossoms are out. Hi, kitty cat. wraps up our little monkey ride. Hope you guys took a little something away from this. If anything, this little thing is a hoot. It is so fun. You have to push it. It won't do everything you ask it, but it sure does navigate the city. If any of you guys live in a dense urban environment,